Hello everyone, I'd like to introduce you to myself. It's Margaret, Miss Margaret from St. John's Sunday School, and Miss Jackie will also be helping. We are going to be teaching summer Sunday school at St. John's, and we welcome everybody who can attend. The story I have we're going to talk about hope and how Jesus wants us to always have hope. Hope, faith, and love. And our thoughts are about hope. So one of the things that Jackie and I talked about were what is something that reminds us of hope. And one of those things are butterflies. And also being kind to one another is another part to this. So I found this great story. It's Charlie the Caterpillar, written by Don DeLuise and illustrated by Christopher Santoro. These are little caterpillars. Charlie the Caterpillar. One bright and sunny day, Charlie the Caterpillar was born. The world looked very, very big to Charlie because he was very, very small, because he was just born. He is cute. Charlie, being a caterpillar, soon found out how delicious green things tasted. He nibbled on a blade of grass, and he could hear the wind whistling and the birds singing, and he smiled. He was glad to be alive. Charlie decided to set out and see the world. So he looked to the left and he looked to the right, and then he went straight ahead. Soon Charlie met two monkeys. "Hi," said Charlie, "what are you doing?" "We're playing cards," they said. "Oh," said Charlie, "that sounds like fun. Can I play too?" "No, you can't," said the monkeys. "Why not?" asked Charlie. "Because you're an ugly caterpillar. Now get out of here." Charlie, for the very first time in his young life, felt bad. He sighed, and he would have shrugged his shoulders if he had any. He looked to the left, he looked to the right, and he went straight ahead. Pretty soon, he saw two rabbits hopping around. "Hi," said Charlie, "what are you doing?" "We're playing tennis," they said. "Oh," said Charlie, "that looks like fun. Can I play too?" "No, you can't play," said the rabbits. "Why not?" asked Charlie. "'Cause you're an ugly caterpillar, and we don't play with ugly caterpillars. Now get out of here." Now, for the second time in his young life, Charlie felt bad, very bad. His feelings were hurt. What is ugly, wondered Charlie. He didn't feel ugly. He looked to the left, he looked to the right, and he went straight ahead. Just then, Charlie saw two mice playing miniature golf. These mice were so small, they had to play miniature golf. "Hi," said Charlie, "what are you doing?" "We're playing golf," they answered. "Oh," said Charlie, "that really looks like a lot of fun. Can I play too?" "No, you can't," said the mice. "Why not?" asked Charlie. "'Cause you're an ugly caterpillar, and we really don't play with ugly caterpillars. Now get out of here." Charlie, for the third time in his not-so-young life, felt very, very bad. In fact, Charlie started to feel ugly. No one wanted to play with him. So Charlie looked to the left, and he looked to the right, and then he started to cry. This is hard. I don't think that's what Jesus wants us to do. He wants us to be kind to all the creatures, great and small. Charlie wanted to be alone. He climbed up a tree and snuggled into a small branch, and he felt a little cold. So he went and he wiggled and he twisted and he turned, and before he knew it, he had spun himself a wonderful chrysalis. Charlie was very sad about the ugly business. There he is, all spinning around. Why can't I have friends? He wondered. Charlie was so tired from making a chrysalis, he decided to take a nap. And it became autumn. And then all of a sudden, the snow began to fall and covered everything with white. Winter had come, but Charlie was nice and warm in his comfortable chrysalis. Charlie dreamed that he had had a best friend, and they laughed and they had fun together. I think he was kind of praying, too, that he would find a good friend, not somebody who thinks they're his friends. And after a while, the grass began to grow, and the flowers began to bloom, and the birds began to chirp and have a party in the sky, and spring had come, and somehow Charlie knew it was time to wake up. And he yawned and he stretched. And what do you think happened now? Boop, boop. Charlie looked to the left and he looked to the right, and oh, he had wings, beautiful wings, butterfly wings. Charlie had become a beautiful butterfly. Charlie fluttered his wings, and guess what? He flew up, 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 and he laughed as he soared past the birds, having a party in the sky. Charlie was flying high when he came upon monkeys who were still playing cards. Surprise, surprise. "Oh, please come play with us," begged the monkeys. "Why?" asked Charlie. "Because you're a beautiful butterfly," they answered. "No, thanks," said Charlie, smiling. "I gotta get out of here." He zoomed up and away, and the monkeys jumped back, looking miserable. Serves them right, thought Charlie. Now, do you remember who's next? Rabbits. He did a couple loopy-loops, and he came across those rabbits at their tennis game. "Won't you come and play with us?" "Why?" asked Charlie. "Because you're so beautiful," they answered. "Not in your life," said Charlie. "Now I gotta get out of here." And then off he flew, leaving the rabbits looking downhearted. Serves them right, thought Charlie. And he circled around a while, and then guess what he found? He found those mice. They're still playing miniature golf. "Pretty please, please," pleaded the mice. "Do come play with us." "Why?" "Oh, because you're so beautiful," they answered. "Sorry, not today," said Charlie. "I really have better things to do. Now I gotta get out of here." Then off he soared, leaving the mice looking pitiful. Serves them right, thought Charlie. They all wanted to be his friend because now he was a beautiful butterfly. They didn't know that Charlie was the ugly caterpillar. It's very sad, you know. Really, you gotta remind yourself that it isn't how people look or who they are. It's how they say things to you and how kind they are to you, and that's what's important. Let's see. If they want to be my friend just because of my wings, they can't be real friends. Nope, we just said that, thought Charlie as he fluttered to the spring sunshine. Just then, Charlie heard somebody crying. It was Katy the caterpillar. Charlie came closer. "Why are you crying?" he asked. "Because no one will play with me. No one wants to be my friend," cried Katy. "Because I'm an ugly caterpillar." "I'll play with you," said Charlie with a wink and a smile. "I'll be your friend." "You will?" said Katy the caterpillar. "Whoopee!" Then Charlie took Katy aside and told her all about becoming a butterfly. And from that day on, Charlie and Katy played cards and tennis and even miniature golf. They laughed and had a good time, just like in Charlie's dream. Katy was happy. Charlie was really happy. He finally found a friend, a real friend, a best friend. The end. This reminds me of how Jesus would want us to treat others, again, talking about that, and how loving our neighbor is really important. And being a friend. Jesus really did try to be a friend. to everybody. And some people didn't like him, but he kept going. He accepted that and forgave them, which I think is really, really hard. But before we're gonna do two last things. One, I'm gonna show you, you can make a caterpillar, and on Zoom Sunday, you can bring your caterpillars to Zoom Sunday. I took a paper towel roll. You can take a toilet paper roll. You can color it. You can find pipe cleaners if you have them, or 2 sticks. I found this piece of paper. I'm going to attach this paper. We're going to see how my caterpillar looks on Sunday. Maybe I'll put a little face in here with a piece of paper. If you don't have a paper towel or a toilet paper roll, you can use just a piece of paper curled up and make it like a caterpillar. Or draw a picture of a caterpillar on a piece of paper. That would be wonderful. I can't wait to see how creative you all are. But before I leave you, we're gonna do the Lord's Prayer, because I always feel comfort in saying that when I'm scared. I'm not scared right now, but it just reminds me. All right, so I hold my hands together. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth that it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not in temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Well, thank you so much for coming to our summer Sunday school program. And this is the first, and we'll see how it goes, and we hope you join us. And the nice thing is you can do this at any time. All right, take care. We'll see you Sunday.